I want to complete the thought from Congresswoman Lummis. I know you care deeply about a military family. You are one. We have parents, loved ones, brothers, sisters. What would you say to the mother of one of the people that was killed? Did the military, did the Pentagon, did the United States of America do everything it could to save those people?
I would say, sorry for your loss and your sacrifice. We should have done more, whether it was in preparation prior to or execution at the time, even if we simply just burned gas in airplanes moving people. We have to have the confidence of the American people that provide us with their sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, moms and dads, and continue to fill the uniforms and to fill those civilian positions that are so key and so brave as well out there in harm's way. We have to ensure that we rebuild the trust. This is Bob Level talking to you now. We have to rebuild their trust. It's a big part of why I want to be here, because we need to say to them, we should have done more. And we owe it to the memory of those 4 people that are fallen and to those that were hurt and wounded.
Could we have done more?
Sure, we could have done more.
Secretary Hillary Clinton whispered, evidently, according to one of the mothers, whispered in the ear, said it was the video that had done this. Is that true?
Absolutely not, sir.
When did you think it was over? When were our Americans in harm's way? When were they safe?
They're still not safe today, sir.
When did you think the fight was over?
We're still there.
That night, though, September 12th, while we still had people in Benghazi, when was the fight over?
When the people from Benghazi finally made their way back and were extracted back to Tripoli.
Your opinion, your vantage point, there in Libya, was Al-Qaeda on the run?
No, sir.
What was going on with Al-Qaeda September 11th, September 12th, in the months leading up to that? Were they on the run?
No, sir. They were actually affiliates and other Islamic extremists were actually responsible for the perpetration of these attacks.
Were they growing in strength, shrinking in strength?
My estimation would be that they were growing in strength, in number and in capability.
My understanding is that your shop, J2, AFRICOM, on September 14th, 17 hours before the Ben Rhodes email, they actually produced a document. To my ranking member and other people on this committee, the front of this email is stamped secret, but the second page, I believe, is not classified. It's not stamped with anything. In deference, I'm not putting it out there. But what I do hope this committee does, what I do hope the American people can see for themselves, is what the military intelligence thought was happening there in Libya. And clearly, they put this out saying, it says multiple times, I've read it myself, it says Al-Qaeda, it says Ansar al-Sharia, it says AQIM, and that this was sent to the State Department as the best intelligence that you had to the State Department as to what happened in the attack and what the attack profile might look like if we wanted to counter. Do you have knowledge of this document? Are you familiar with this document? And as I described it, would that be an accurate representation?
Not seeing the document itself, but I will certainly comment on the information that you just characterized. And yes, that was the picture that we were working with. Those were the facts we were working with.
And to my fellow colleagues here, again, the facts as we know them, military intelligence folks sharing with the IC community, sharing with this, they believe that it was Al-Qaeda, AQIM, Ansar al-Sharia that was responsible for this attack. That was the best information. Those were the facts as we had them. My time has expired.
This has been a difficult week for the State Department and for our country. We've seen the heavy assault on our post in Benghazi that took the lives of those brave men. We've seen rage and violence directed at American embassies over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with. Over an awful internet video that we had nothing to do with.
In every country, there are those who find different religious beliefs threatening. In every culture, those who love freedom for themselves must ask themselves how much they're willing to tolerate freedom for others. And that is what we saw play out in the last 2 weeks. There's a crude and disgusting video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world. Now, I have made it clear that the United States government had nothing to do with this video, and I believe its message must be rejected by all who respect our common humanity. It is an insult not only to Muslims, but to America as well. For as the city outside these walls makes clear, we are a country that has welcomed people of every race and every faith. We are home to Muslims who worship across our country. We not only respect the freedom of religion, we have laws that protect individuals from being harmed because of how they look or what they believe. We understand why people take offense to this video because millions of our citizens are among them. I know there are some who ask, why don't we just ban such a video? And the answer is enshrined in our laws. Our Constitution protects the right to practice free speech. Here in the United States, countless publications provoke offense. Like me, the majority of Americans are Christian, and yet we do not ban blasphemy against our most sacred beliefs.